Welcome to the Creative Liberty Podcast. I'm your host, Major Chisholm, and I'm trying something new. I'm trying the Anchor built-in on the website recording platform, which you've probably heard in some of our advertisements. And I just wanted to kind of talk and see how this is. No intro music, no outro music. I do have the intro and outro music I could play, but that means bringing it into GarageBand, or actually, I think I could actually probably just drop it into the files here where I create the episode, but I'm just going to go raw here. I'm also doing a product review I'm doing a product review on the Samson Q9U Dynamic Microphone. And it has XLR and USB capabilities. It's got mids and highs. It's even got a place here on the top side of the microphone that you can push. It's got a little button. I can push it in and it mutes you. So if you need to cough, you can just mute the microphone and cough. It is so far an incredible sounding microphone. I've got my Sony headphones in, listening to myself. Let's see some of the features. You can capture every detail. So I'm reading from the box. Connect to a computer, connect to a mixer, built for broadcast, and take control of your sound. It's also got a windscreen. I'll take the windscreen off here. And this is what it sounds like without the windscreen. Looks fantastic. It's well built. It's super heavy, like it's a substantial weight. It's not made out of plastic. It's metal. There are many more in-depth tech reviews. I just wanted to see how this is gonna work out. This will be the only XLR/USB dynamic microphone that we have in our podcast suite. All the other four are just XLR compatible. So anyway, and I'm going to put the windscreen back on. It helps with those P's and the B's. So let me slide that back on. There you go. Yeah. No complaints. Highly recommend the Samson Q9U. You can get these on Amazon for about $150. A little bit more, maybe $154, depending on like if you get the stand and things like that. I did order the Samson table stand because this one will be down at the end of the table. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, and again, I'm recording this in the Anchor app, and Spotify owns Anchor, which leads me to my next thing, which is why this episode is titled Dear Spotify. So if you could imagine some low playing music in the background, this is an open letter, or should I say an open podcast to Spotify and its employees. One, to the employees. Guys, come on. Freedom of thought, freedom of speech should not offend you. What someone says should not offend you unless you're in a bar and they're telling you they're going to kill you. Take that seriously. Anyone ever says they're going to kill you, take it seriously. Just ask any Jew from the Holocaust era. Someone says they're going to kill you, take them seriously. But do not worry about what's on a podcast. I've heard some of you say you're going to quit over Joe Rogan. Maybe some of you have quit over Joe Rogan. But if that bothers you, that he's on your platform, and what he says or the guest he has offends you, you don't need to be working there. Period. You need to go do something else. To the owner of Spotify and the powers that be, you have all the power. Okay? Please don't delete Joe Rogan's episodes. If Joe wants to delete them, fine. If Neil Young wants to delete his whole thing, fine. But stand up for freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of ideas. And why do I say that? Because you have all the power. You don't have to. If someone comes to you and says, take my music off, or I'm going to go play in this other playground because you have Joe Rogan, tell them to go pound sand. See ya. Bye. Later. Okay, quick interruption. You can record up to 30 minutes in your web browser. If you'd like to record for longer, you can use any app on your computer and then upload the file. So this has only been giving me about 5 minutes of recording time. Just FYI, Anchor, let's fix this. So back to what I was saying. So to the owners of Spotify, the CEOs and the powers that be, you guys have all the power. You have a big tent. So invite everyone in to your tent. When you do that, you're going to have true diversity of thought. Don't be a company that starts feeding woke cookies to your employees. Thank you, John Cooper, for that analogy. If they're showing up for woke cookies, don't give them any woke cookies. Hire people who are hungry to make your company the best it can be. And true diversity is diversity of thought. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care what race you are. I don't care how fat you are, how skinny you are, how tall or how short or whatever. Whatever your gender is, it doesn't matter. True diversity is the diversity of thought. And when you open it up and you say, hey, guess what? We're going to be a platform where everyone's welcome, free speech. Yeah, we'll monitor the crazy stuff. If you're in here threatening people, we're gonna kick you off or we're gonna delete your episode. But if you're here discussing things, aliens, or you're interviewing people who climbed the tallest mountain, or you're doing this or that, let them talk, let them discuss. I have friends who we don't always see eye to eye, but I love how they get to the idea of their of the discussion, and I'm like, man, I wish I thought like you, because I don't think about things like that, or I don't think through things the way you do. I come at it from a different angle, and so when you have that, you have true diversity of thought. And be a big tent. Be a big tent that has true diversity of thought. And when people come up and they say that they're upset about this or that, like I said, tell them to go pound sand. Sorry. No, we're not canceling them. You're welcome here too. You're welcome to, hey, why don't you go out and contact Joe Rogan and go on a show? Or why don't you contact Major Chisholm and go on his show? I'll be glad to sit down and talk with you about stuff. But yeah, the whole cancel culture stuff is so childish. It's immature. It's cowardly. And we're kind of done with it. We're done with it. Spotify, dear Spotify, if you want to be a big tent with big performers, true diversity of thought is welcoming everyone into that tent, not canceling them, deleting their episodes. Because then how much music do you have to go back through? How much rap music do you have to go back through and say, oh, guess what? Y'all use the N-word. We got to cancel it. Don't. But anyway, that's my open podcast to Spotify. Tell people who want other people canceled or whatever. No, you can go work somewhere else, or no, you can take your music off our platform. It doesn't matter. We support diversity of thought, free speech, diversity of freedom. While people discuss things, we encourage it. So if you got a problem, go debate them. Go talk to them. Go try to understand them. See where they're coming from. Context is key when people are talking. So anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for being a big tent, Spotify, thus far. Keep feeding your employees woke cookies. They're just your tent's gonna decrease. People will go elsewhere. So, all right. Thanks, Anchor and Spotify, for making this online platform to record things. I'm nearing up to 4 minutes now, so I got to wrap this up and figure out why I can only record at 5-minute intervals and make it longer. So anyway, hope y'all are doing well. Thanks for listening, and I will see y'all on the next podcast. And this is where you imagine outro music. Ba-doom, ba-doom, boom, 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 rockin', boom, boom, ba-doom, boom, boom. And I'm going to stop recording. Peace.